What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the vlog. I know what you're thinking. The guests here just get better and better and better every week. In today, from Myob, we have Kristen Holden. Kristen is actually a good mate of mine, and a huge supporter of not only, I don't even think just like the Melbourne ecosystem, but actually, you penetrate into other states as well, right?
It's a bit of a deliberate decision to start in Victoria.
Yep.
Obviously based in Victoria, strong connections here. But yeah, we're definitely looking at expanding to Sydney and other states sort of early next year. So yeah.
And so
dipping our toes at the moment in other regions. Dipping our toes in New South Wales at the moment.
Right.
And then, going from there.
I love it. So Myob is a huge partner here in Victoria. I have an amazing relationship with Startup Victoria, LaunchVic.
Mm-hmm.
Huge relationship here at Creative Cubes and other co-working spaces, which is really good because we're about community, and not everyone in the community can fit into this building. So I'm actually, I don't look at other co-working spaces as competitors. Actually, I think that they're serving their community equally to what we're doing here. And so Myob have they've put you in to take care of fostering and growing community.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I mean, my mandate is to just do stuff that matters to the ecosystem, really.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like what's our ROI, it's not what can we get out of it.
Yeah.
Let's do things that matter.
Yeah.
Change the perception of MYOB. I mean, we've been around for a long time.
Yeah.
We've sort of been to that transition of being a startup, going back to being a corporate, starting to act a bit more like a startup again over the last sort of 4 or 5 years.
So that's an amazing segue into a topic for today, or one of many topics that we can cover today. We were just shooting some shit at the wall with Georgia out here, the CEO of Startup Victoria, and we talked very loosely about the startup landscape is very turbulent, and one has to be able to react and pivot very rapidly.
Absolutely.
You guys have gone from a startup to a large corporate, and now back into startup world.
Yep.
How has leadership at Myob adapted themselves from being a very strong, not that they haven't been or aren't very strong, but gone from a very mandate power, like, I'm not saying about Myob, I'm really talking about like large companies.
Yeah.
I think you know where I'm going with
they
this.
have more structures, you get bigger basically.
Yeah, so how do you guys become more jelly-esque?
Yep.
And what I mean by jelly-esque, I tried to explain myself to Georgia outside.
Use the hand actions again.
Yeah, so here at Creative Cubes, we have a path and a structure, and we're not shooting from the hip. We have a very clear roadmap. But opportunities often come in from left field, from right field, to sort of like, they're just opportunities, whatever they may be. And so I try and drill the team here with, hey guys, be jelly. And what I mean by that is absorb the impact. Don't be so brittle that you either can't absorb,
defensive,
or alternatively you act shield, and there's a shield, there's no way to penetrate the wall, but just act jelly. And so my question to you is, you guys have gone from 0 to hero, and now you're sort of like returning back to core.
Back to the roots, yeah.
How do you go, and how do you as a company stay jelly to opportunities?
So it's taken a big structural transformation of the business. Like, there was sort of that period about 5-6 years ago where it was a big corporate, from what I understand. I wasn't there.
Yep.
It's about hiring really good shit hot talent in the right places and letting them do their job. Once again, unlike a corporate, like in a startup, you've got this freedom to just do whatever you need to do, respond to things like I'm doing.
Yep.
I'm out here just doing stuff and taking opportunities, and like, this thing's in 3 days, let's do it.
Yep.
And then if you talk to people in the team, they're like, oh shit, we can't do that. It's, our timelines are blah.
Yep.
We're just out there doing shit at the moment, from my perspective. But from a business perspective, all the talent they're hiring at the moment, there's always people from, our CTO's come from Net-a-Porter. He was the CTO of Net-a-Porter.
Fantastic.
We've got, Luke from Sportsbet just coming in. There's all these people coming in from all these really successful startups with that mentality.
Right. So
we bring in the talent from the top down. We're talking execs that have that talent, and it flows down to people like myself who are just out there used to getting shit done. it takes change from the top down, and Tim's always been great in terms of that. But I mean, the people below him now are very much startup people.
That's how you win, guys. That's how you win. No, that's how you win. I mean, that formula is a successful formula. It's a unique formula. I've been around larger companies where the board and people within the organization want to act and be like startup, yet at core they're not.
Of course, they're very risk averse.
And
slow turning, and
it doesn't work. I look at it like, if you're a basketball fan out there, I look at it like Kobe and Shaq.
Yeah.
You know, Kobe can turn on a dime.
Shaq's a power man.
Shaq's a power man, and he's great at what he did, but it takes him a long time to turn corners and run back on defense. And by the way, the ball's already back on offense.
Yeah.
So
don't get in his way, because he's going to run away.
So I love that, and that's actually a lesson. I didn't know that. That's super attractive.
Absolutely. Just in the last 6 months, there's probably 10 senior hires that have all come from very cool tech startup backgrounds, and just the business is still every day transforming into being that business.
So given your mandate is get shit done, and sort of be
make
a part,
difference,
be a part and be the part, or make the difference in the ecosystem. What's some really cool stuff that you can talk about? Because there's 5,000 people watching, believe it or not. What can you talk about? Tell us what's going on in startup world.
So we're making a big effort at the moment to feed women in tech sort of space. There's a whole bunch of programs we're doing with people like Sheree Wonder, if you know, there's another partner.
Superstar.
Startup Vic, we're doing a female founders pitch night with them next Tuesday, which is, I think, the biggest female founders pitch night that's ever happened in person. There's like 800 people have RSVP'd already.
I've seen some of the prizes. I got to tell you guys, if you're involved, or if you have an opportunity to pitch your pants off, get down there, because it's hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of stuff to help power your business.
And I think we'll probably do similar to what we did at the pitch night we had here, and do some 60-second pitches if people want to come down and have a crack. Is there anybody out there that's got a pitch but didn't get time to submit? Women only, hopefully, or female founder. If there's a man and a woman, whatever, it's fine. But the female element is going to be there for that night.
Well, I grew up with two sisters and a mum. My dad passed when I was young. I married a beautiful woman who's got two sisters, a mum and a dad, and I've got two girls myself. So all the power to the women. Absolutely. And actually, I got caught in traffic this morning. I was supposed to be here for a 10 o'clock appointment. I got caught, so I slacked Sim, who works here as a part of concierge, but is actually my wife. And I apologized to the person that I was late to see. And in reality, I typed I would have had to have got permission from her to do a deal anyway. So you're right in front with. It
sounds like she's been behind most of your big successes in life, right?
100%.
Talk about those stories,
Yeah, look.
From America, the Petaloo stuff,
Yeah, so Simi keeps it real with me.
Absolutely.
I get.
Sounds my wife.
Yeah, we've talked about this. I get worked up, and she's like, blah, blah, blah. Bury it. Get on with just get on with it, or. She'll bring a real...
yin and yang, you need different perspectives, right? With someone you truly trust.
100%. And I got to tell you honestly, I don't think I would have been maybe even 10% as successful as I've had. And by the way, I don't really view myself as successful. I feel like I'm on first base. But I don't think I would have gotten to first base if it wasn't for her sort of tweaking me behind the scenes and just having real raw conversations and doing some really cool things together. So female founders, is it female founders month or week?
We've made it month. So Georgia has just gone to town. Every day there's a new woman being featured.
If you're not following Startup Victoria
on Instagram, Female Founders Oz on Instagram, there's a series of videos every day just being pumped out about different female founders and stories and things like that. I
love it. So get behind it. If you're a male founder,
get behind it as well.
Get behind it as well. I really don't think that it's up to the ladies to.
No, everyone has to be involved in the conversation.
Support it, guys. So I love that. So startup. So what's the handle on Instagram? I'll link it anyway in the description. But
Female Founders Oz, AUS
on Instagram. Get around it. When is the night?
Tuesday night. Next Tuesday.
At
KPMG.
So today week at KPMG. Love KPMG.
Yeah.
Love myself, Amanda.
So my wife, funny enough, like my wife has looped in with this story, and that's how it all started. And,
Yeah.
you know, she's the Telstra Businesswoman of the Year and all this
There
kind
you
of
go.
stuff. And
See what I'm saying?
this is what I'm saying. Like everything comes together. It's all sort of like, you know, like we have this
Behind every
conversation,
successful man
Mate, you've got no idea.
is an equally, if not more successful
woman. Absolutely.
I love it. So power to the women. KPMG, I love Amanda Price.
Yep.
I love what she's doing. Amanda and I spent a couple of years in LA together. So get around her, get around Georgia, get around Startup-esk, get around female founders, female entrepreneurs. I love it. Kristen Holden was my guest today. Hey, thanks so much for coming on.
No worries, man.
Hey, and thanks so much for all the support that not only given us, but really the ecosystem.
It's my pleasure.
I think you and I have had a couple of chats over a couple of drinks. You know, both of us, our heart is where it should be, and that is to just make a difference. You've got some incredible talent and people behind you that are helping push. I'm just trying to run it from my own pockets. But we're very much aligned.
That's why people like me exist to help out as well, right?
I love it, man. So I'm not sure who's actually tomorrow. We have our weekly vlog with Josh this week in startups, so tune in for that. And then towards later in the week, we've got some awesome guests. Not as awesome as this guy, but some awesome guests coming on Thursday, Friday. Kristen, thank you so much.
No worries, mate.
Awkward part of the segment.
Yeah, exactly.
He knows.
I just look at the hustle side.
There you go. Thanks, guys.
Pretty exciting. See you guys.